Hello, and I trust that everyone's well this Monday, June 15th, 2020. A lot has been happening over the last couple of weeks, and it's caused a lot of debate amongst public officials, and I think that no one has taken the time to really sit down and reflect about what's going on. Damaging property, people getting fired, lives being taken, and all for what? Let's go back to the fourth point I made, but we're going to make it the first. Lives being taken. It's not like it was back in the 50s and 60s with Dr. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Joseph Lowery, all those activists back there. Okay, back then. It is not the same as it is today. The things that they went through to give us the civil rights, the privilege, the benefits of being able to sit in your own home without fear of the Ku Klux Klan burning a cross in your front porch and hanging people at random. It's not the same era. And that's something that I would love the Black community to understand. It is not the same era. And when we continue to have this mentality of I'm a target, or they're going to mess with me. No, it is not the same era. It is time for us to evolve and to learn from what they went through to give us the liberalities that we enjoy now. The thing about it is how can we stop this? I listened to a podcast today by Simon Sinek, and he, another gentleman, and they were talking about it, not passing it forward. Learn from it. Understand why people, or why, okay, I'll put it like this: why people understand why Black people feel the way they do. Okay, but Black people also understand you're not subject to the same cruelty as it was back in the day. Being here in Georgia, I have discovered, I was like, why is some streets got sidewalks and some of them don't? The thought came to me, do you realize that if you were Black and caught in a white neighborhood, it could be your demise? Okay? Now, it's not like that. I have watched plenty, I'm going to sneeze, sorry. Sorry about that. I have watched plenty of Black men and women walking up and down Forest Parkway, okay, without any drama. When police are called now, in this era, it is because someone has done something wrong. When we fight against authority, okay, you suffer the consequences. Classic example, you have children. You say something to your child, and your child defies you. What are you going to do? You're going to either say, depending on how you parent, okay, you're either going to whoop that child's behind, send them to his or her room, stand them in the corner, put them on punishment, however the case may be. What makes you think you're different from how you would do your child if they're defiant to you? Think. It's mind manipulation. Okay? It's mind manipulation. Think. What we feed on all the time is what gets rooted into our hearts. One, the media has us as victims. Like, oh my God, if I walk outside my door, I'm going to get shot. If you keep saying it long enough, 9 times out of 10, that's what's going to happen to you. Because I believe you have what you say. Okay? 2, if you feel as if you do not have to listen just as you, like your child feels like they don't have to listen to you, what are the consequences of that? Think about that. We're grown adults. We are responsible for ourselves. Ourselves. I'm going to give you an example of something that happened to me today. I went to the store. There's a gas station right up the street. There was a Forest Park, like, I guess it's a park and recreation worker. He was in his pickup truck. And another gentleman over here. He was pumping his gas, both of them white. Now, I thought, back in the day, what would have happened to me in that scenario? Had my little change dangling in my hand to go get what I was going to go get. So I thought to myself, what would have happened to me, or what would have been said to me if I was back in that era, walking a black woman, two white men? I would have probably been called jigaboo, nigger, all kinds of stuff under the sun of God. Okay, probably would have been attacked because I'm in this area with white folk, even though black folk worked inside of the gas station. But just imagine me being back in the day, walking in a white area, apart, like I said, jigaboo, nigger, what you doing here? I probably would have been lynched. I don't know. But because those people who went through that, they sacrificed their lives, both white activists, black activists, who walked arm in arm, hand in hand for us. And for us to continue to pass on hate and racism is ridiculous to me. Those two gentlemen, they just looked at me, did their thing. I went and did my thing, came on back. Was the police called or anything like that? No, I wasn't doing anything wrong. My point, back then, you could get hung, beat, however the case may be, just for being black. Today, it is not like that. The police, when they respond to a call, this means that something went down and they're there to figure it out. Okay? How you respond to the situation is going to be up to you. Plain and simple. It's going to be up to you. If you decide to act an ass and the stuff goes south, you got to own it. Back then, they didn't have a choice. They fought the police. They got hosed. And they got literally beat down with the billy club, or however the case may be. They had no justice back then. So sometimes some of you millennials and older people like me, we need to think how far we've come. Millennials do not understand what happened. I didn't have to go through that. I wasn't born here in the South. I was born in the North. So to have racism handed to me like the extreme, like it is here, I didn't have to deal with that. What I did have to deal with, sexual assault, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, and guess what? It was by black people who were raised in the South. Tennessee, Roanoke, Virginia, and they moved to Ohio. It was a free state. Okay? But I was still subjected to what was programmed in their mind. A young girl programmed by what they were programmed with. So when are we going to modify or delete the program? We have to stop this. We're raising generation after generation of having a victim mentality, of being afraid, of being, we can't do, we're the minority. There's a lot of minorities out there. But you know what they do as a group of people? They stick together. That's one thing we as a black community, we don't do. We don't stick together. It's like as soon as the lights come on, the roaches scatter. Boom. So what are we going to do? A suggestion, I believe, stop passing it forward. Teach our children. You learn from it. What can we do to not continue to evolve it? Okay? We can't change other people. We can influence them, but they have to be willing to change just like we have to be willing to change. Those two men that lost their lives, George Floyd, police was called. What was he doing? They had the police called. Looking at the video. Now, how he died, do I agree with that? No, I don't. Just like Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. I was furious when that guy got acquitted. Acquitted. There you go. He wasn't even a police officer. This last gentleman, Rayshard Brooks, dude, all you had to do, accept the DUI, comply and accept the DUI, you would be alive today, dude. I'm sorry. We made choices, and we have to think about these things. The mayor of Atlanta firing what total of 8, almost 10 officers in 2 weeks. Why? Political reasons to cover your behind? The chief, she resigns? This is ridiculous. You just got mass chaos. And why? Because 2 people just was out doing shit that they shouldn't have been doing. Let's just be real about this. They was out here doing shit that they should not have been doing. Society, media has placed in the minds, especially of black men, that they can go out here and be defiant, do what they want to do. Then if they get busted, then they feel like they can fight. And then if shit goes south, then now all of a sudden you got Black Lives Matter moving in. How about Black Lives Matter? You teach the black people how to act accordingly instead of acting an ass. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. You got Jewish people. They don't have a holiday. These people are the Jewish people that went through the Holocaust. Soon as they got off that freaking boat, women, pregnant women, children, older people immediately marched off to the gas chamber. Killed. Can you imagine the people that's seeing this and hearing their family members in there dying? They're not the only... Black people are not the only ones that suffered. Mexican people have poverty. China people have poverty. Okay, poverty. But they're coming over here to the States, sticking together, building businesses in the black community. They're black people. What are we doing? As soon as one get the hell on, gone. What are we doing to stick together so we can build, we can grow, we can influence? What are we doing? Help me understand that. All these children. Men don't want to be responsible for it. All these children. These women are having, and they're young women. Can't even take care of them. Too busy wearing their little wigs. You know, their little bags. You know, trying to flex. And you got them 6 kids by 5 different dudes. What's going on with that? Think. We gotta think. We gotta stick together as a community. We always talk about us like, oh, you know, we deserve, we need, I can act like other. No, you can't. If you want to be considered as a human being with civil rights that people gave their life for back in the day, act like it.